Hello and welcome to Growth Learners YouTube channel. In this video, we will learn about Instant Forms feature in Facebook ads and how can you use this feature to generate high volume of leads and that too at a very low cost. So before we get into practice and create an instant form ad together, let's first understand the concept of instant forms. So this is Facebook's documentation about instant forms. I have shared this URL in the description. You can go through it. So what it says is when you create a new lead campaign in Ads Manager, you can select instant forms as your conversion location. Instant forms are designed to help you generate and qualify leads by asking people to fill in a form. Using instant forms, you can collect information from people who may be interested in your business or service without requiring them to leave Facebook or Instagram. This is the key point here, without requiring them to leave Facebook or Instagram. So what happens in an instant form is when a user sees your ad in Facebook or Instagram and when they click on your call to action button, rather than going to an external landing page or website, a form simply opens up in Facebook and Instagram itself, and there the user can fill their details. Another important part is to make form submission easier and faster. Contact information such as name, email address and phone number may be pre-filled for the person if they have already provided their information to Meta. So basically, when you register on Facebook or Instagram, you already share your name, email ID and phone number while creating your account ID. So when someone clicks on this instant form, these details might be pre-filled for the user so that filling instant form becomes even faster for any user. And that's why this ad format gives you very high volume of leads, because it is very easy for the user to submit their details. Okay. Now let me show you one more example. So this is an example of an ad that I had created. So as you can see here, it is a sponsored post and it is for my page Growth Learners. This ad is about free webinar on digital marketing live training. Now, as you can see, the CTA here is sign up. Because this is an instant form, when a user will click on this sign up button, a form will open, which is an instant form, which looks something like this. So first, I am asking the user about their experience in digital marketing. So basically, I am trying to collect some information about the user. So I want to know whether they are a beginner, intermediate or advanced level in digital marketing. I'm asking them about which topics they are looking to learn, Facebook ads, Google ads or both. So these two information will give me some understanding about my leads. And at the third step, I'm asking them to submit their contact information, which is their name, email ID and phone number. So this is an example of a form that I have created. You can simply create a form where you just ask them about their contact information and you don't ask them these two questions which I have created. So you can customize your form as per your needs. You can just ask for contact information, or you can create a series of questions so that the propensity of leads being more relevant increases. And once the user submits all these details, in the end, I will show them a message that they have successfully submitted their response, and our trainers or our sales team will connect with them shortly. So now that we understand the concept of instant forms, let us go to our Ads Manager account and create an instant form together. So we are in our Ads Manager account now. To set up this campaign, we'll click on Create. Now there are these 6 objectives which you can select for any ad campaign. So for instant forms, we have to select the 4th objective, which is leads. Select leads and click on Continue. There are 2 options here, whether we want to go with a tailored leads campaign or a manual leads campaign. We will select the manual leads campaign because it gives us more control. Continue. Now we are in the campaign section. You can give any name to this campaign. So let's call it instant form leads. You can give any name as per your requirement. This is fine. Now go down. You don't need to change any other settings here. You can leave them as is. Click on next. Now we are in the ad set section. Again, you can change this name as per your requirement. I'm going by the default name. Now this is the important step, conversion location. Choose where you want to generate leads. So as we saw in Facebook's documentation, what it said was you can select instant forms as your conversion location. And this is what we are doing here. So out of the 6 options which are available here, we will select instant forms, generate leads by asking people to fill in a form. So this is fine. Now we will go down. Now we will select our performance goal. So if you see here, there is a drop down here and there are 2 options. First is maximize number of leads, which is we will try to show your ads to the people most likely to share their contact information with you. And second option is maximize number of conversion leads, which is we will try to show your ads to the people most likely to convert after sharing their contact information with you. So ideally we should select option number 2, because not only we want a lot of leads, but we want them to convert also later. We want them to make a purchase with us later. So that's why ideally you should select option number 2. Now go down. You can select your budget. You can select the schedule of your ad, the start dates and end dates. So I'm leaving these settings. I hope you already know this. Now in this step, you can select your audiences as well. So I'm going ahead with the default audiences. My location is India, age is 18 to 65. I'm targeting all genders, but you can change these settings as per your requirements. So I'm not going much into this for this video. And the last part is placements. So let's leave it as is. Let's go ahead with the Advantage Plus placements option, which is the recommended option. Now we will click on next. Now we have reached to the ad section, where we will submit our creative and ad copy. This is the section where we will create the instant form. So you can give any name to this ad. I'm going by the default option. Scroll down. This is the ad setup section. So what it says is you can either create a new ad or you can use your existing post. So I'm going ahead with the create ad option. The available options in formats are single image or video or carousel ad. For this example, I am going ahead with the single image option. Now in this section, we will select our ad creative. So click on add image. I already have a lot of images in my account. So I'm selecting an image from these available options. Or if you're creating this for the first time, you can click on upload and you can upload a new image from your system. So I am going ahead with this image. I have selected this and I'm clicking on next. It will show you some recommendations and all. So this is fine. You click on next and click on done. So we have selected our ad creative. It's showing on the right side how the ad will appear. We'll see this later. Now go down. You can select a primary text, a headline and a description for your ad. I'm not entering all these details. You can do this as per your requirement, but still let me enter the primary text. So I'm entering it as learn digital marketing for free. So we'll go down now. We need to select our call to action. So if you click on this drop down, there are multiple options here: subscribe, apply now, book now, download, etc. For this example, I am going ahead with the sign up option because I am asking people to register for my free webinar. Now the next step is very important for this video, the destination. Tell us where to send people immediately after they have tapped or click on your ad. So because we have selected instant form option, it is showing instant forms here, right? So I already have some instant forms, but for this video, we will create a new form together. So we'll click on create form. So first you have to give a name to your form. So I can give it a name, lead for digital marketing webinar. Now next you have to select the form type. So let's read what it says. Customize your form depending on the goal of your lead generation campaign. The options you select may affect the volume of submissions and cost per lead. So there are three options here: more volume, use a form that's quick to fill in and submit on a mobile device. Second option is higher intent, add a review step that gives people a chance to confirm their information. And third one is a rich creative. Hold your audience's attention with this form that integrates your company's images and messaging, including an optional about us, product detail and review sections. So if you see the first option, which is more volume, it will give you a very high volume. Okay. And because of that, your cost per lead would be very less. But ideally, we don't only want very high volumes, but we want good conversions as well. Because these instant forms are very easy to fill for the user, you might get a lot of junk leads as well. That's why my recommendation is to select the second option, which is higher intent. Okay. So what this option does is it's add a review step as well for the user before they submit their details. So we'll see this in detail when we create the form, but I would recommend you to choose the higher intent option. Let's scroll down further. So the next section is intro. Here you can submit an image for your form. So either it will use the image from your ad or you can upload any other image as well. So I am going ahead with the first option, and as you can see here on the right side, the image from my ad itself is appearing here. Go down. You can put a greeting here. You can let people know why should they complete your form and relevant details. So although it is a optional feature, as you can see, I can remove greeting here, but it's better to submit these details. So in the headline, I'll write register for free webinar, right? And in description, I can write learn digital marketing. So you could see here, this is the headline and this is the description. So it's good to enter the headline and description so that your user is aware why they are submitting this form. Now let's go down. So now the next section is questions, where we will ask users for their details. So whatever questions you want to ask, you can create them in this section. Like we saw initially in the example which I gave you, here I was asking them 3 questions. One was their experience in digital marketing. Second was which topics they want to learn. And third was the pre-filled question, which is their contact information. So if you see here, you can add some questions here. I hope you can see the add question button, but there are some pre-fill questions as well. Okay. Where you are asking for their contact information, right? So this pre-fill question will be there by default. Okay. So if you just want your users contact information and name, then you can go ahead with this and no need to add any further questions. But if you want more filtering, if you want more details about the leads, then you should add these other questions. So let me show you the pre-fill question option first, and then we will add more questions. So under pre-fill questions, as you can see on the right side also here, it is showing contact information and you're asking for email and full name. And this is what is appearing here. So you can enter a message here, let people know how the information they give you will be used or shared. So you can submit some information here. You can say our trainers will get in touch with you shortly, right? And as you can see here, once I added this description, it's appearing in the form on the right side. Now here by default, it is asking for email and full name, but I need the user's mobile number as well. So I'll click on this add category option. There are 5 different fields here: contact, user information, demographic questions like date of birth, gender, marital status, etc., work information and national ID number. So I just need their phone number. So I'll go in the contact field option and click on phone number. So as you can see, it's appearing here now, right? Email, full name and phone number. Now if you want to rearrange the order, you can do that as well. So I want them to enter their full name first, followed by email and phone number. Even instead of full name, you can ask for their first name only. So we can delete full name and again go to add category, user information, and click on first name option. So I only need their first name and I'll move it to the top. So as you can see on the right side, the form has changed. First name, email, followed by phone number. So this is done. Pre-filled questions are set. Now, if you want, you can select additional questions, which will improve the relevancy of your leads and give you more information about the leads. So click on this add question section. There are 4 options available here: multiple choice, short answer, conditional, and appointment request. In this video, I'll cover up a multiple choice example. So let's click on multiple choice. Here you can enter your question. So like we did there, I'm asking them about their experience in digital marketing. So what is your experience in digital marketing? And I can enter the options here: beginner, intermediate, and there is no third option here. So you have to click on the plus button and third option will appear here. So if you want, you can add more options here. Now, if you see on the right side, this question has appeared in your instant form. You can add more questions. Like I told you, let's add a short answer question as well, where the user will have to submit their information. So here I can ask them about their country. So which country are they? Are you located in? So the user will enter their country name. Now this is just an example. You can obviously add questions based on your business's requirement, but I'm just covering few sample questions for you. So as you can see on the right side, this is how our form will look like. So we can close this question option now and go to the next section, which is privacy policy. Now what it says is, because you will be collecting user information, you need to include a link to your company's privacy policy. So I'm entering my company's privacy policy here and move to the next section, which is review screen. So if you remember, initially we had select the higher intent option while selecting the form type. Let me show you again. If you go in the form type section, there were 3 options available and we had selected the higher intent option, which adds a review step that gives people a chance to confirm their information. And that's why now the review screen option is visible here. So again, what it says is the review screen gives people a chance to look over their info before they submit it. To use a form without a review screen, select the more volume type. But the option we selected was higher intent. And as you can see on the right side, this is the review screen which will appear before user submits their information. So what it does is it just adds one more step before they can submit their information. And that's why the chances of the relevancy of leads increases slightly. Okay. So this is done. Now the last step is the message for your leads. So there is already a default message here. Headline is thanks, you are all set, and description is you can visit our website or exit the form now. As you can see here, it is appearing on the form. If you want, you can change this as per your requirement, or you can leave it as is. And then there is a call to action button, view website, call business, or view file. So if you are asking them to view your website, which is appearing in the CTA button at the bottom, view website. If you are doing this, then simply give a link to your website. So I am giving the link to my website, growthlearners.com. And now we are all set. You can simply click on create form. So now the form has been created. We can even see a preview of how our ad will appear. You can see on the right side, this is the creative. This is the call to action button. And once a user will click on this call to action button, the instant form which we created just now will open up. Now you can simply click on publish and your ad will be active. Now one more important step is once you have deployed this campaign and once people start filling these details, where will you access this information? So for this, go to the Meta Business Suite section and scroll down. Click on all tools, go down, and you will see the instant form option here, right? Just click on this button. And here you can see all the forms that you will create will appear here. So this was the form. This was the latest form which we created just now, lead for digital marketing webinar, right? And you can see how many leads you have received and you can download the data from here. So because we have created the form just now, I don't have any leads, but once you will see it later, the lead counts will appear here and then you can click on this download button to download these leads. You can see here, choose how to download your leads. So you can download new leads or you can download leads by date range. So this is very simple. I just wanted to show you where you can access the leads that will be generated by this ad campaign. So I hope you found this video useful. If yes, then please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.